Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the Omni Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS. This show is an amalgam of strange, weird, bizarre, off-the-wall, and otherwise things you don't normally see anymore from most news sources these days. During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss for the most part. For links to the articles, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Aoxander, and today I am joined by...
Golden Loon.
The lovely Alice of Who.
Yep.
I didn't see you there.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Oh.
Yeah, she's right
Yeah,
there.
I'm not.
Yep.
I just don't have a camera on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's rocking her, it didn't bigger the image, but her Tupaca.
Yeah.
So it's Tupac Chewbacca. Tupaca.
Yeah.
So.
Tupaca.
I like it.
Yep. Anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
Today is Fridays Day, aka Friday, March 31st, 2023, last day of March in this year already. What the hell happened? Seriously, like it was my birthday, and then it was the end of February, and then March started, and now it's almost April. Like, oh
March
my
started
god.
And then it ended.
I feel
First
like...
quarter.
Yeah, oh god. I feel like that meme, Mr. Krabs, like the double image, like, like...
Hey. You don't know the speed of time till you get up to my age, let me tell you.
I am terrified. Anyway, let's move on up into the news here, shall we? Now, Alice, let's try something. Why don't you read the headlines, and then I can read, like, the first couple of paragraphs?
Yeah. I can
All right.
definitely read. I'll read the headlines. I'm fine with that.
All right.
Pastor finally buried 2 years after his death because family awaited his resurrection.
Whoa.
All right.
Yeah, South African pastor Siva Moodley died in 2021, but his body was only laid to rest this month after spending almost 600 days at a mortuary because his family and parishioners were expecting him to come back to life.
That's sick. Sorry.
I mean, like, it's not really sick. I mean, some people believe
sick.
that, but, like, I mean, like, that's not how life works. But anyway, Siva Moodley, the founder of the Miracle Center in Gauteng, north of Johannesburg, died on August 15th, 2021 after falling ill. However, instead of making preparations for his funeral, his family simply left his body at a mortuary, but they stopped coming a few months after his death and refused to give their consent for Moody's burial or cremation. To make matters worse, they even refused to acknowledge the pastor's death within the church, conducting services in his place until the day he decided to come back to life. Okay, that is a little bit sick, but, like, yeah, as I said, we bring the weird news. So,
True enough.
yeah. So yeah, for further reading on this and the other articles we're going to be reporting on here, please refer to the underbar of the description below. All the links are down there. Let's move on up here.
All right. Well, we have a man learns his online girlfriend of 1 year was his best friend's wife.
Uh-oh.
Took him a year to figure that out?
Uh-oh.
Come on.
A Chinese man whose best friend's wife had introduced him to his online girlfriend of over a year recently learned that the woman he had fallen in love with had actually been his friend's wife trying to scam him. Ooh.
The plot thickens.
Mr. Zhao, a middle-aged man from Zhucheng, China's Henan province, had been trying to raise money to start a family by growing watermelons in Myanmar. He had been gone for years, but he still kept in touch with his best friend Xiao Li, to whom he confessed last year that his business was going well and that he wanted to meet a good woman. Li told him that his wife had a girlfriend who was also single that she could introduce to them. Because Yu was still abroad tending to his fruit business, online dating was the only viable option. The two hit it off and agreed to continue their long-distance relationship until Zhao returned to China. So, wow, so they're going to try to... Wow, so his friend was in on it too, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Wow, what a scum.
Oh.
Man.
That's brutal.
Alice, do you want to read a little bit of this?
It's actually... Hang on a second here. Well, actually, I can't see it as well. I can see the headlines better, but not on my... So, yeah, you can keep reading. I don't mind just reading the headlines.
Yeah. Alright, I'll just read one more paragraph here. About 3 months into their online relationship, Mr. Zhao's online girlfriend told him that her brother had been in a terrible accident on a construction site and that she desperately needed 5,000 yuan or $730 for medical expenses. Thinking that it wasn't too much money, Zhao agreed to send it to her, but only a few weeks later she once again asked for money, claiming that her father was sick. He ended up sending over 80,000 yuan, or $11,650 over the course of a year. Wow. Wow.
Oh
So he
man.
got scammed.
He got scammed, yeah. Yeah,
Damn.
so eventually, obviously, they figured it out that what was going on. But that's awful to to do that to a friend of yours. Like,
How did he find out that there was a friend?
yeah. Well, let me pull that back up. Actually, see here. Earlier this year, Zhao told his friend Xiao Li how well his relationship was going and how he had decided to return to Zhejiang to finally meet his girlfriend and hopefully marry her. Li didn't have anything negative to say. Only earlier this month, he called his friend and told him that his girlfriend may not exist and that he might have been dating his wife all along.
Oh.
So his friend confessed.
Ah. So probably under the pressure, knew he was going to probably get caught.
Well, it was going to all fall apart when he got
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Goddamn.
That answers your question, Miss Alice.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
Well-
Let's move on up here.
All right, we have Meet Jane Johanna, the world's heaviest rideable bicycle.
Oh man, dude. So, Clean Johanna is a 4,800-pound behemoth built almost entirely of scrap metal. Was recently acknowledged as the heaviest rideable bicycle in the world by the Record Institute for Germany, a national version of the Guinness Book of Records. Pardon me. You've probably seen chunky bikes before, but surely nothing quite like Clean Johanna. This unique contraption measures over 5 meters in length, is almost 2 meters tall, and weighs about 4,800 pounds, or 2,177 kilograms. That's more than most sedans, so how on earth is anyone supposed to get it in motion with pedal power alone? Well, according to its creator, Sebastian Buehler, who lives in Kotten, a town in Germany's Saxony-Anhalt state, it is all thanks to the truck gearbox adapted to enhance the classic bicycle's gear system. What? Clean Johanna has 35 forward gears and 75 reverse gears and can not only be pedaled into motion by a single person, but it can also tow up to 15 tons without any problems.
God.
Oh my heavens.
Oh, look at this thing. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
That's a bicycle?
That's a bicycle.
Holy Hannah.
I love it. That's great.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Dude, like, he modified a truck gearbox
Yeah,
for-
well, you've got to gear that thing down to,
for pedaling.
make that
Like,
thing turn.
That is insane. That is absolutely
And he
insane.
can tow with it.
Yeah. Yeah, up to 15 tons.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't
Look
be
at that
caught
thing.
thinking on that bad
That's
boy.
a motorcycle. I remember seeing this before. That's a motorcycle. Here's the exhaust right there. So, yeah, that's the motorcycle. I don't know why they're talking about the motorcycle. This is about the bicycle.
Yeah.
I don't see a motor in that thing. No, I don't see a motor there. Do you?
But what's this exhaust pipe right here?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
I don't see an engine.
Let's see here. I want to see this in gear. Oh, there we go.
There he goes.
Wow.
He's not going to win a speed race with it, but
Well, that's absolutely awesome.
yeah.
Let's move on up here.
Hotel Eastlink. Getting a room here is literally impossible.
Located alongside a motorway outside of Melbourne in Australia's Victoria State lies Hotel Eastlink. At least what looks like a high-rise hotel, because in reality it's just an unusual sculpture. Designed by local artist Callum Morton, the Hotel Eastlink was unveiled in 2007, and it had been a confusing motorist ever since. It is not as large as a high-rise hotel, 20 meters tall, 12 meters wide, and 5 meters thick, but driving past it at high speed for the first time, it really is hard to tell. So it is no wonder that people actually look it up online and call in for reservations. To make it even more confusing, at night some of the windows are lit up, which makes it seem like some of the rooms are occupied, but there are no rooms, and the building itself cannot be entered because the whole thing is a sculpture designed purely for ornamental purposes. Wow.
That's weird.
But it's like right on the edge of the highway too. It's not like so.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's really odd.
Welcome to Hotel California.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can't ever leave.
This is kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
This is the yin of the yang.
Well, it's bigger than I thought it was. But
Weird.
yeah, so it's not. It's just a random sculpture just out there to make it look like there's a hotel there. Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah, this is.
Oh god. We have Australian creates world's widest wig, measuring more than 8 feet across.
Look at the size of that thing. You see him in there?
Yeah.
Oh, for
Barely.
Pete's sake.
It's like Cousin Nick got swole. Look at that. That
You
is
don't know how much it weighs.
that's a ridiculous wig.
Gotta be heavy.
Yeah. Guinness World Records announced Danny Reynolds broke the record for the world's widest wig when they created the oversized faux hairdo. Reynolds based the color and texture of the wig on their own hair and created a substructure to support the massive mop of fabric. The support structure was made from a bike helmet, PVC pipe, pool noodles, cable ties, and aluminum rods, GWR said.
Do you know how big pool noodles are?
Yes, I've wielded them.
Yeah.
Against you.
They're in there in the structure.
Yeah. Oh, God. I can't.
Can he hold it up is the question.
Well,
Or does it crush him?
I'm trying to not have the music play because of copyright reasons, but yeah, it doesn't look.
Oh well.
Oh
We
well.
get the idea.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on up here.
We have a 4-year-old boy becomes the youngest person to publish a book.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Nice. United Arab Emirates boy became the world's youngest person to publish a book at the age of only 4 years and 218 days. UAE. All right. Guinness World Record.
4.5.
I think 4 3/4.
Yeah.
Guinness World Record said Saeed Rashid Ayamahiri was 4 years and 218 days old when he published his book, The Elephant, Seed, and the Bear. The record was verified when the book sold 1,000 copies, GWR said. Wow. Alamahiri, whose book is about kindness and friendship, said he was inspired by his sister, Aida Habibi, and holds the Guinness World Records title for youngest person to publish a bilingual book, female, and youngest person to publish a bilingual book series, female. Wow. She's hitting the road, immediately. Look at that. Quote, I love my sister so much I enjoy playing with her all the time, end quote, the younger brother told GWR. Further quote, we read, write, and draw, and do so many activities together. I wrote my book inspired by her as I felt that I could have my own book too, end quote. Wow. I cannot imagine being that ambitious and, wanting to be productive at that young of an age. When I was that young, I just wanted to watch cartoons and eat cereal, I
Didn't even know how to read, let alone write.
Yeah. I mean, this can't be a quote from a 4-year-old talking this eloquently.
Well,
That is astonishing.
They have it in quotes. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway.
Call him a young Sheldon, shall we?
Oh God. Now here's the one I was talking to you about earlier today.
What's that?
All right, we have an 89-year-old Japanese man was named the world's oldest surfer.
Ooh.
See, look at that. You still have time in you.
I can get back in those waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, get back on the craft there,
There
Ray.
he is.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome. I love it.
Let's turn off the sound. 89 years. Look at that.
And still surfing. Ha!
Hey, he got some motion there,
I got little tiny waves, but I'm still doing it.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to catch a wave like that? Like this is better. there's more power to it. He was on just like a slight roll, like
Yeah,
you know.
not much energy there.
Yeah. Anyway, an 89-year-old Japanese surfer who has been practicing his hobby for under a decade was named the world's oldest person to surf by Guinness World Records. So he hasn't even been doing this for 10
Wow,
years.
he was 79 when he started. That's the better story.
Yeah, and you're not even there yet either.
I have a chance.
Yeah, get back on that board, bro. Tubular. Yo, man, you gotta ride the glass. You gotta roll the barrel. You go, pwah. Saiichi Sano, at the age of 89, was 88 years and 288 days old when Guinness World Records verified he rode the waves on July 8th of last year, Guinness World Records announced. Sano said he was inspired to take up surfing shortly after he climbed Mount Fuji at the age of 80. Whoa!
Good God.
You gonna let this guy show you up like this? Have some Canadian pride, Canada. You know, I'm not Canadian, but like he is. So.
Climb Mount Fuji? Are you kidding?
Wow. Oh.
You're getting some nar out there, huh?
I have trouble climbing the stairs.
Dude,
I can get you some joint relief stuff from work.
Great, perfect.
He works as a bank manager. This guy is absolutely off the chain. Quote: I work with a bank bank manager who has a really tan skin. I thought he may be a golfer, but when I asked him, he whispered to me, "I surf." He's end quote. He told GWR. Sano went surfing for the first time 3 days later. He said he was instantly hooked and now surfs year round. So all right. Let's move on up here. We have another article about that. So like for two different like sources. So that's coming up again.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but
they got cockroaches tweak their mating rituals after adapting to pest control.
Wow. So human attempts to kill cockroaches with sugary poison have had an unintended consequence. It has cramped the bug's sex lives. Oh, boo-hoo. But now some roaches appear to have tweaked the recipe for the sweet substance that males use to woo females, allowing the bugs to be fruitful and multiply once more. So apparently the bug spray, if it doesn't kill them, it just prevents their pheromones from coming out or something, but they've somehow developed a way to send them out anyway.
Well, you're not going to beat cockroaches. They were here way before we were, and they're going to be around way after us.
Yeah, they can survive a nuclear fallout.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. We're no match for them.
Yeah, no, dust in the wind. The discovery, which scientists described in the Journal of Proceedings of the Royal Society B, offers a window into the surprising adaptation from one of humanity's most intractable foes. Quote, cockroaches are more than just pests, says Jessica Ware, an entomologist at the U.S. Museum of Natural History, who wasn't involved in the research. This is a beautiful evolutionary ecology example, end quote. Blatella germanica, the German cockroach, has evolved to live only in human environments. It's our top indoor pest. It's a species that keeps managing to adapt to our attempts to eradicate them. Let's see here. In his lab, he deposits a female German cockroach in a dish. After a few minutes, he adds another roach. Pheromone wafts off female roaches like this one with like an intoxicating perfume, which lures males in. It seems to be working. Okay, so I'm not going to read that part, but
the old sucker punch.
Yeah, but
anyways, they're going to be around. They're going to adapt, do whatever they have to do.
I was just wondering if they tell us like how they changed, not what their mating ritual is. I don't care how they mate. I want to know how they changed. But
I don't know if they can get into that. How does it change? We don't know. Probably.
Anyway.
So one poops into the mouth of the other, and then they get pregnant.
Oh God, Alice.
Who it looked like in the picture? It looked like the human centipede.
Jeez. Anyway, let's move on up.
Yeah, let's get off these cockroaches. All right, we got two people. People who think they're attractive are less likely to wear masks. A study. No.
Now, see, first off, I don't consider myself attractive, but I don't disagree with this either. Now I consider myself more educated, informed, and generally intelligent.
A snob.
No. But I don't buy into all this, crap. What's it called? uh, group mindset, collective mentality. Like,
Groupthink?
yeah,
Malarkey.
yeah, all that garbage. Like, anyway, people are less likely to wear masks to prevent COVID-19 if they see themselves as good looking, according to a study published earlier this year. Researchers asked 1,030 participants to self-evaluate how attractive they deemed themselves, how likely they were to wear a mask, and in certain situations, such as a job interview or walking the dog, impacted their willingness to wear one. The more attractive a person perceives themselves, the less likely they were to wear a mask because they thought the mask made them less attractive. I have a feeling that this is a slam piece, actually.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because I've never really heard that. But
Yeah, let's roll on.
I don't think I'm a very attractive person. I'm not like ugly or anything, but I just didn't want to wear masks because they were uncomfortable to wear.
So are they gonna try to go along with the mentality that people are full of themselves if they don't wear masks?
Yeah.
Wow, how idiotic.
You must think you're full of yourself and egocentric if you don't wear a mask. That's what they're trying to say now. That's what I'm getting from it.
Once again, I don't follow into group mentality, and that's why.
I don't either. I'm just me.
What do we got here from AP News?
No, we have officers arrest an alligator for walking near a Tampa Bay stadium. How do you arrest an alligator?
What?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, Tampa police officers were called to a commercial part of town because of a disturbance, but it wasn't a public brawl or anyone behaving in a disorderly manner. It was a 9-foot or 2.7 meter alligator Wednesday night ambling down the street not far from Raymond James Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh my God. The urban gator whipped its tail several times when an officer first approached it, poking with an outstretched baton. A half-dozen officers, along with a crowd of spectators, watched as lights from squad cars flashed on the blocked-off street, according to body cam video released by the Tampa Police Department. The officer then fashioned a noose from a yellow rope and lassoed it around the top of the gator's mouth, and that's what they did. They jumped on him, as one officer went for the head with outstretched hands and another weighed down the rest of the alligator's body. A third officer was recruited to help weigh the gator down. The officer, keeping the gator's mouth shut, asked his colleagues for his towel to cover its eyes and some duct tape to wrap around its mouth. They also taped together the gator's legs behind its back like you're handcuffing him, an officer said. So that's, I guess, how they arrested.
Yeah, arresting,
so,
yeah.
That's a stretch. But
a big stretch.
Yeah.
Did they book him? Book him, Dano.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, if it was an actual arrest, then it's voided because they didn't read it its Miranda rights.
That's what I said earlier. Did they read the gator's Miranda rights?
You have the right to remain snappy. I don't know. Anyway.
It's some crazy news. I'll tell you what. Oh, speaking of crazy news, today in news, a cat just jumped on my lap.
Oh.
It's just a little one.
Okay.
She's all furry. She's like, "Are you gonna feed me? Are you gonna feed me?"
Are you gonna read this?
Yeah, she knows I got some wet food for her because she's lacking like front teeth.
Yo, Alice, this doesn't seem like it's newsworthy.
It is newsworthy though.
She's in your lap.
I'm being kind to feral cats around the world.
Okay.
There you go.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Arizona Dairy Queen on the hunt for missing red spoon statue. Oh.
Somebody stole this red spoon.
Yeah.
Who steals a spoon?
Well, someone should have locked that into place.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm testament to anybody steals anything.
I know.
Dude, that spoon's gonna be like, oh no, it looks like it's been like, it's probably like a twist on. And they just untwisted it. And...
Oh, God. The owners of a Dairy Queen in Phoenix remain perplexed and slightly amused as to why someone would steal the giant red spoon that adorned their restaurants. Quote, "We were kind of upset but then more puzzled," end quote. Pooja Kalara said Wednesday. More quote, "What are they going to do with a spoon?" End quote. Yeah.
What are they going to do with the big spoon?
She and her husband, Raman Kalara, said the spoon snatching occurred sometime between late Friday and early Saturday. The 15-foot tall, or 4.5 meter, spoon stood against the side of the building with the handle nestled in an opening of a roof parapet. Their surveillance camera caught two people appearing to manipulate the screws that held the spoon to the base, and then taking off with a small motorbike. Wow,
What?
so they stole a spoon.
You know, you could just see that. A group of knucklehead teens go, let's go steal the spoon.
On a small
Awesome, let's do
motorbike?
it.
This sounds like a scene out of Hangover or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Sounds like
that kind
something
of
else.
account. I wouldn't be surprised. That would have been definitely targeted by our group when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Let's get the
say
spoon.
they drove off with it on a small motorbike.
Yeah, well, no, like there's two of them. So one drives, the other holds the spoon in the back seat, or the back.
It's a motorbike though.
Yeah.
It must be a lightweight. It must be like one of those like heavy plastic.
A new definition of spooning.
Yeah, Dad, no. Getting another spoon made, delivered, and then installed would cost over $7,000.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
Yikes.
Cost them $7,000 to make that spoon.
Wow.
Yeah, well, is it $7,000 entirely? Like to make it, ship it, install it, like get the whole thing done in one giant, you know.
At least it's a grill and chill Dairy Queen and not just like the ice cream one.
Anyway,
dual purpose, yeah.
and here's this other article I was talking about.
Nears 90.
Yeah.
Japanese surfer nears 90 and talks of catching waves at 100.
Yeah, so like here's another viewpoint about this thing. So it's a lot more in depth though. Looks like.
It's pretty cool though. But that he started it at 79 is what's awesome.
Oh yeah, like
that's what's awesome. What's up,
Miss Alice?
Yes, we have the elephant in the dining room. Startup makes mammoth meatball. What?
Look at the size of that meatball. That is a very big meatball.
Jeez.
Why is it underneath a glass dome?
That's it's because it's fancy.
I guess.
An Australian company on Tuesday lifted the glass cloche on the meatball made of lab-grown cultured meat using the genetic sequence from the long-extinct pachyderm, saying it was meant to fire up public debate about the high-tech treat. Oh, so basically it's 3D printed mammoth meat.
Oh, that's what I was just getting. So it's woolly mammoth meatball.
Okay.
Now I get it. I didn't get the headline at all at first.
I just thought it was a mammoth, like a big meatball. Like,
well, at first when it said mammoth, I was like, "What, mammoth meatball?" But then I said things like, "Oh, maybe." Then I saw the picture. I was like, "Oh, it's just a giant meatball." But I've seen bigger.
I think a mammoth is just large, not as an animal.
Same here.
Yeah.
I like how I have a fork and knife right on each side, like you're gonna delicately cut that thing.
Yeah.
Look at the crumbles on the side, unless that's like a garnish.
No, that's a garnish. Those look like berries and like the garden.
Because when I think about eating a woolly mammoth, I think about berries on the side.
Wonder if it's on the edge of the glass, best eaten by, certain date.
I need a glass of like 1968 Merlot, please.
Yeah.
And some berries before I eat this woolly mammoth meat.
Actually, what you should do is this cloche should have a flat top at the top, so then you just flip it over and there's your wine glass.
You know what you could also do prior to that? We could also, you should hotbox that meat first. And so when you take it off, it just waft of smoke comes out of it.
Yes.
And so it's encased in smoke, and so then everyone's like, ooh. But not just any kind of smoke. You know what kind of smoke.
Hickory.
Yeah. It'll give everybody that like the munchies kind to want to eat the woolly mammoth meat.
Ooh. Dude, it's the food that makes you hungrier the more you consume.
Exactly.
I think that's the secret to life right there. We've cracked the code.
We're gonna marinate our meat in some smoke.
That sounds dirty.
Some good kind of smoke. Some jazz cabbage. Anyways, cool. We got Joseph Pujol and the fart's worth $100,000. What?
And talk about a case of hot air.
I had to laugh earlier.
Let's address the title immediately, shall we? How could a fart be worth $100,000? Well, here on Ripley's History Off the Record, we run the VPN and throw our browsers incognito so you don't have to. And today we're talking about the greatest flatulence of all time, Joseph Pujol, better known as Le Petomane, a French performer whose stage name loosely translates to Fartomaniac. So, Is-
Fucking Jaquaz, I tell you.
So apparently he literally just farted on stage and,
So you could fart on command?
yeah, taking his skills to the stage. Let's see here. He had he had preternatural control of his abdominal muscles. He can inhale with his rear end hole, and even
There's a talent.
and even slurp up water.
What?
Great.
Whoa.
He turned his ass into a mouth.
This is a show I do not need to see.
Oh my Christ!
Dude, I don't know. The morbid curiosity would make me just want to see it at least once.
Gives a new meaning to here's mud in your eye.
I'm like, you could slurp up water with his butt?
I don't even know if I need to read out loud what I just read.
Dude, he's like Mr. Slave on crack.
He could eject a stream of water from his rear end stretching 16 feet.
Oh, jeez.
No!
What?
That's better than
He
some
could
of my
push it
cannon
16
squirt
feet
guns
out
I
his
had.
butt?
Dude, this guy was like a living, like,
He's not going to my pool, I'll tell you that.
oh god.
You're gonna lose water out of your
Man,
pool,
he's
buddy.
gonna suck that thing
What,
dry.
you guys have a pool?
Yeah.
What? That's it, I'm coming. I'm coming this summer. I'll just be hanging out by the pool, guys. We'll get ourselves a charcoal grill, grill some steaks, some mammoth meat up,
Hell yeah.
and we'll invite this flatulent guy
No,
over to the pool.
no, we will not.
There goes the water in the pool.
No, he'd be. I would never want to have a water fight against him.
No.
No. I don't
Super
want to be
sucker
around
fight.
him. Anyway, let's move on up here.
Oh my god, that is ridiculous. Alright, so we have engineers create a 3D print cheesecake made of edible ink. Oh, damn.
Huh. A group
Okay.
of mechanical engineers from Columbia University have 3D printed an edible, albeit slightly odd-looking, cheesecake, and it may not be too long before these types of printers become common in home and industrial cooking spaces, according to the University School of Engineering. Wow, so, replicators from Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
T. Earl Grey.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'd rather go with the thing from like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy where you put your head in a thing and you think something up and it makes it for you.
Well, yeah.
I'd be like, I'd constantly be like crab legs, more crab legs, some more crab legs, scallops, crab legs, and some rice. Well, no, actually not rice, and a flaming young bacon wrap marinated for 12 hours.
I'm getting hungry, so let's get this show wrapped up here. After this, we have one more article, but it continues on. The team behind the dessert believes 3D printing multi-layered food may improve food safety, promote customizable meals, and let people choose nutritional content. Wow, that does not look good. That looks like something that the other guy, like
It looks
shot
like
out.
spaghetti noodles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's been compressed.
Yeah. It looks like a peanut butter and turd sandwich. with
With a side of phlegm.
No, with a slice of salmon on the top.
Yeah, it looks like bubble gum to me.
Yeah, it looks like bubble gum.
But
Well,
hey,
is that them trying to do steak? Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, it's edible ink, but like, is that? You guys think like, is that ink actually good for your body in the long run? Like,
well,
the
I
long
mean,
effects?
it's
too
food
much
coloring
3D.
essentially.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
why don't you just make a 3D printer that you just put paste into it and be like, here you go.
Okay. We gotta. That's let's talk about that in the peanut, 3D printing foods, because.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
The
We could
holodeck
talk
is
about
almost
that.
here with all of our VR technology and our augmented reality technology.
Oh yeah, we can also talk about that one video you showed me of like the whole alien thing that Noah had. We can talk about that. Dude,
I gotta show that to you. Oh, it's scary.
Really?
After the show, let's show your dad this. So.
Yeah, so right after the show, I'll show it to you, and then yeah. Anyway, let's do
I
this
can
last
actually see it
article
better.
here.
But anyways, the last article we have of the day is the war on bagpipes, an attempt to end the instrument. What?
Are you kidding me?
I love the sound of a bagpipe.
I like bagpipes.
We can lose the pipes, but don't lose those skirts.
Those are called kilts.
Kilts, they're skirts to me.
Yeah.
You're just an Englishman in a dress.
Gosh darn it, Golden Moon. That's it. I know exactly. Like when I come out to California sometime, I know exactly what your gift is going to be. Full blown kilt.
A kilt.
Yep. Your son gets hats. You get a kilt.
Yo, what we should do is we should convert his poncho into a kilt.
Oh, God.
All I need is a sewing machine and some thread, and I can do it.
Yeah. That way, he goes from culture appropriating the Hispanic to culture appropriating the Irish.
There you
You
go.
know? Like,
Oh, is it the parka?
anyway, one of the pardon me.
Why are they trying to ban bagpipe?
One of the most iconic and beloved moments in 1994's Dumb and Dumber remains the most annoying sound in the world scene. Remarkably, the comedy bit that was wholly improvised by Jim Carrey, delivering a high-pitched nasally screech that's pretty darn grating. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, I remember that.
Of course, different sounds affect people in unique ways, but some are considered universally awful, like dripping faucets, buzzing flies, and alarm clock rings. I can agree with all of that.
Yeah.
Research into the most annoying instrument sounds in the world reveals commonalities: piercing pitches, screeching sounds, squeakiness, and playing out of tune. Depending on the person, many instruments could fit this bill, including violins, clarinets, and flutes, but no instrument has faced as much abuse and opposition as bagpipes. While some cling nostalgically to the sounds of this Highland instrument, others are far from charmed by its screeching strains. Here's everything you need to know about the ongoing war on bagpipes. So we have the Battle of Culloden, so I believe that's, oh yeah, I remember this. Many U.S. citizens think of bagpipes as synonymous with Scotland's culture. One of the most popular events for tourists to the nation's capital is Edinburgh's Royal Military Tattoo. Annually, it draws approximately 200,000 attendees and gets broadcast to more than 100 million worldwide viewers. Of course, bagpipes figure prominently in the event, giving the impression that everyone is in love with this ancient instrument. So it goes on to talk about the history. A tool of warfare, the war on bagpipes, eradicating bagpipes from the streets of Edinburgh. Wow, so they I guess they made it illegal.
You can't play bagpipes in public anymore.
Yeah. Within a year, the war on bagpipes gained enough momentum that Edinburgh threatened to jail any piper who performed along the Royal Mile. Their justification: city officials claim law enforcement received upwards of 100 calls per day from disgruntled locals and shopkeepers tired of dealing with constant noise pollution. 3 years later, the city passed legislation forbidding business owners from blaring bagpipe music via sidebox speakers. So,
well, it's like working retail and hearing Christmas music all day, every day.
Well, nobody's making laws for us.
No, but that's temporary. But this is every day of the year.
True.
You're gonna start to go nuts with this stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can't agree with it. Let them play their bagpipes.
Yeah. But
Like
anyway,
maybe on days of parades and special things.
Fine.
Play the bagpipe.
Yeah. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of different, odd, and otherwise unusual news, we stream every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 3 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Central.
And 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
I am the Who is Alice, or the Alice of Who, also known as Staples Stapes. Just don't call me late for dinner.
There you go. And the Golden Loon.
Yep. The man, the myth, the legend. And of course, you viewer are you, and until you catch us next Tuesday, or if you're interested in some history, we have a history show every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time. And we have the Kick Peanut, our everything show, coming up this Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Anyway, until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!